How to accept divorce and move on. Hello, I'm Dr. Sara Gibbons, and today we're going to be looking at the problems that arise when it's so difficult to accept the reality of a divorce and then move on into a new life. A lot of people don't like the idea of being divorced or being a divorcee, and I understand that. But it's also important to recognize that divorce is not a label. It's not who, I'm sorry, it is a label. It's just a label. It's actually not who you are. And you're not a failure to have been through a divorce. A divorce is a life experience. Now, if you've been in a battle through the divorce and breakup process, then yes, you probably will need some time to regroup, to rest, some R&R, rest and recovery, time to be gentle with yourself and pace yourself. But it's also important, even while that is going on, to get to the point of accepting that you cannot change the past. Nobody can change the past. But what we can do is accept the past, take any lessons or understandings from it, bring ourselves into the present and start to make plans for the future. Because not doing that is using up your time and using up your energy in a way that isn't going to be productive for you. It's going to keep you stuck. And when you can move to that place of acceptance, it will bring an inner peace. And from that place of inner peace, that's when you can make better decisions about where you want to be in the future. Because, of course, life is yours. No one is more important in your life than you are. And so when we're holding on to a situation and what's happened and how somebody else has behaved, what we're doing is we're saying that what that person has done, we're allowing it to have an effect on our life now. And it is important to get to that point where you say to yourself, I'm not going to let what happened or what somebody else decided to affect the rest of my life adversely. There's always going to be a gift within it. And for a lot of people who have been through a divorce and come through out the other side will say that it's the best thing that ever happened to them because they're so much freer. But you have to go through that process of accepting what has happened. And yes, there'll be grief at the losses. Of course there will. And these are feelings that need to be worked through. And if you're having difficulty with them, if somebody's having difficulty working through those feelings, that's important time to maybe seek some help, some professional help. You can talk to friends and family, but they may not have the breadth of experience that if you are stuck, that you really would benefit from. Some people have resistance to doing that, to seeking professional help, because they feel that means that they've done something wrong, or they are wrong, or that they're a failure, or that they're weak. And actually, nothing could be further from the truth. It actually takes, it's actually an intelligent thing to do, an emotionally intelligent thing to do as well, to know that it doesn't mean you're a failure or that you've done anything wrong. It's just that maybe you're stuck in a situation, you could move on faster, and you could move on to learn what happened and why, and unravel some of the patterns that would avoid repeating the same things in future relationships, because we've all grown up with beliefs. We've had beliefs put upon us, things that have happened that have affected us. And if those haven't been cleared, then we can go into a relationship expecting things from somebody else as the norm, and somebody else can have completely different ideas. So those things need to be unraveled till we get to the place of really understanding ourselves and observing ourselves. And then again, it's going to be much easier to really enjoy our own company and enjoy and discover that power of being alone. And it doesn't mean that you don't have friends and socialize, but it means that you also enjoy your own company and can see the benefits of enjoying your own company and doing things for yourself. You would also benefit from discovering the power of learning new skills. And it can be anything from, if you were in a partnership where one person did one thing and somebody else, the other person did something else, learning the skills that the other person did, discovering that you actually can do things you didn't think you were able to do. I've spoken to women who have YouTubed things that DIY type things, and the joy and the empowerment they get from unblocking a sink or doing something practical about the house when they realize they actually can do that. And it doesn't mean that you have to do it forever and a day, but it's just that you can do so much more than you think. Very often we are a little bit limited in the relationship because there is that division. And so there is a power in learning new skills and allowing yourself to learn things, or not learn things, maybe explore things that you haven't been able to before, or things that you would have liked to have done when you were a child, you had these dreams. So there's all sorts of new opportunities and new skills that can come from accepting the relationship has finished, that you're creating a new life, and enjoy the moving on process. Because probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest blocks to moving on successfully is the inability to accept the reality of what has happened. So if you can do that, then you're giving yourself the gift of the opportunity of creating a new life for yourself. So those are a few ideas and tips on how to accept divorce and move on.